In the top stories, Federation welcomes team from Global Support and Development, ride services in trouble with the law, and police force evaluates practicality of a gun amnesty program. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From wet fest to full field, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass, 49 years of mass.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 Newscast. I'm Carla Barrage. The Federation has officially welcomed a team from Global Support and Development GSD, a humanitarian organization whose mission is to rapidly respond to disasters in collaboration with at-risk communities and support them to prepare for future disasters in the Federation. Shanique Harvey tells us more.
Communities in the Caribbean know better than most the importance of the relationship with the maritime environment, as well as too often the
ride-hailing businesses such as Uber and Lyft have grown in popularity over the past few years, and in St. Kitts,
The Uber is the next package.
The welcome ceremony was held on Tuesday morning at the Arrival Hall of Port Zante to celebrate the collaboration between the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and GSD. The team will cooperate with St. Kitts and Nevis through the National Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA, and the Nevis Disaster Management Department, or NDMD, for 2 weeks of capacity strengthening exercises. The group arrived on the MV Dawn, a state-of-the-art vessel that will be operating in the Caribbean region for the duration of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. During the ceremony, CEO of GSD, Michael Court, spoke of the importance of the initiative with the support of MV Dawn.
Communities in the Caribbean know better than most the importance of the relationship with the maritime environment, as well as too often the threat that climate change poses for small island states. GSD believes that the maritime connection and relationship provides a unique humanitarian support opportunity to island nations. Dawn is the manifestation of that belief, a vessel built and specifically configured to support our mission, to support partners, dedicated to that purpose and dedicated to the region.
During his remarks, Prime Minister Honourable Dr. Terence Drew described the initiative as timely, as the world, and more specifically St. Kitts and Nevis, face the effects of climate change.
With respect to why this is so timely, as we know, the planet is going through climate change. It means, therefore, that as the climate changes, the propensity to have severe storms, that increases significantly. And we have been striving to keep the temperature on the planet below 1.5 as it rises. However, it is very unlikely that we will achieve that in the time that we set out as a world to achieve it. What does that translate into? That translates into the opportunity for greater storms, mainly hurricanes here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so it is not a matter of if, but is a matter of when.
He reiterated the importance of partnerships such as the support provided by the MV Dawn vessel and its team to assist the Federation to mitigate against a colossal loss of life in the event of a powerful storm.
Collaboration like this with the MV Dawn vessel is extremely important, because what they would offer to us is that response that we would need immediately following a storm of such magnitude to save lives, to help us to get back to normalcy as quickly as possible. And so therefore I want to welcome Dr. Michael Court, the CEO of GSD, and your team here to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Following the Prime Minister's remarks, there were gift exchanges between the captain of the MV Dawn and the CEO of SCASPA, and also the Prime Minister and the CEO of GSD. Training exercises are scheduled to begin on St. Kitts this week. These exercises include establishing a comprehensive baseline bathymetric survey, which will assess the characteristics and profile of the seabed, enhancing the region's understanding of its maritime infrastructure. Reporting for ZIZ News, I'm Shanique Harvey.
Ride services in St. Kitts and Nevis are now finding out that their endeavors are actually against the law. More in this report.
Ride-hailing businesses such as Uber and Lyft have grown in popularity over the past few years, and in St. Kitts and Nevis, similar services are being offered by certain businesses and individuals. However, these providers may soon find themselves in trouble with the law, as it was revealed at a recent consultation between the Tourism Ministry and taxi drivers that using a private vehicle to transport people for a fee is against the law. Deputy Commissioner of Police Cromwell Henry told ZIZ News that there is no legal designation for these types of ride services.
If you're carrying persons for passengers for pay, then you must have the appropriate registration designation on your vehicle. Of course, if you're not carrying the appropriate designation, then you will be committing an offense. So if you're carrying a P license plate, then you should not be carrying passengers for hire or reward. You must be carrying a public service registration in order to do that.
He said at this time, cracking down on these services would be impractical.
If I see you carrying someone in your vehicle, I'm not going to stop you and ask you if the person is paying you, or if that is your friend, or if you're carrying him for free. There must be some complaint. Something would have to happen for the police to intervene. Or else it would mean that we would have to go around and stop every private vehicle and ask the passenger if they are paying. And of course, I'm certain most of them would say no.
He said aside from operating illegally, ride services could also find themselves in a difficult situation when claiming from insurance companies.
If there is an accident and it is discovered that they were providing this type of service, then the insurance company might just decline to honor any claim. And so the passengers, if they are injured, will not be able to claim from the insurance. And the operator of the vehicle, if he damages someone else's vehicle, or even his own vehicle, he will not get any compensation from the insurance and would find himself in some legal jeopardy, having to foot all the bills on his own.
Deputy Commissioner Henry says one solution would to have a specific designation made for these services that offer rides, similar to how the license plate for passenger buses have an H designation and taxis, as behind me, have a T designation. But in order for that to happen, the relevant ministries would have to make a submission to Cabinet. It would have to go before Parliament and then be passed into law. Reporting from the circus in downtown Basse-Terre for ZIZ News, I'm Jason Davis.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Cromwell Henry says the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is evaluating the practicality of a gun amnesty program as part of its efforts to address gun-related crimes in the Federation. During the most recent edition of In Focus, Mr. Henry said that there have been discussions on plans to have a gun amnesty program.
That was discussed. We haven't definitively concluded on that, but it is a matter that is being discussed currently, whether we should do it or how we should be done, and what are the benefits of such a program.
A gun amnesty allows persons who are in possession of illegal firearms the opportunity to surrender their weapons to the police without fear of prosecution, and in some cases a reward is given. Deputy Commissioner Henry said that firearm amnesties have been used globally as an operational tool to reduce high levels of armed violence resulting from the proliferation of firearms and ammunition. He added, however, that the police will be extremely careful in their decisions.
Because we've seen in other jurisdictions where it was done and the criminals use it to their advantage. You know,
in what way?
They would bring in an old gun to get, and then they keep their better guns. They get paid for the old guns that they bring in, and they go and buy a better one. So you bring in an old gun, you get $2,000 from the government, and then you go buy a new one for $2,000. And so we've seen where criminals have used such a program to their benefit. And so we have to carefully examine the pros and the cons before we come to a conclusion whether or not that is something we would want to try.
In 2019, a similar initiative took place when a total of 30 illegal firearms and 73 rounds of assorted ammunition were handed over to the police by individuals. We have more information on a recent drug-related investigation. The police have charged Tejan Nisbet of Shaw Avenue, St. Kitts, for possession of cocaine and possession of cocaine with intent to supply. The charges were laid following the execution of a search warrant on July 21st by the officers of the Anti-Narcotics Unit and the Special Services Unit of the police force on a residence where Mr. Nisbet was found. During the search, the officers located 24 pieces of solid white substance suspected to be cocaine wrapped in foil and a plastic zipper storage bag containing a white powdery substance also suspected to be cocaine. The suspected narcotic was taken into custody and confirmed to be cocaine. Mr. Nisbet was charged at the Sandy Point Police Station on July 23, 2023. After the break, Prime Minister drew praises step in the right direction as EU regrets its part in slavery, and Miss St. Kitts and Nevis interviews conducted. Stay with us.
Get ready for the biggest sales event of the year. It's the Horsewood Furniture and Appliances major sales event where we're slashing prices by 20% off on all major appliances. Are you looking for amazing deals on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and even microwaves? From the latest models to top brands, Horsewood Furniture and Appliances has it all at unbeatable prices. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen or replacing old appliances, this is the perfect opportunity to get major savings and save big. These deals won't last forever. This is a limited time opportunity to snag the appliance of your dreams at 20% off and get double cashback coupons with every purchase. Don't miss out. The Horsewood Furniture and Appliances major appliances sales event where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and microwaves. Hurry in today and make your home a major delight. Major savings, major discounts, 20% off on major appliances, plus double cash back for free groceries. Happening now at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
50,000?
$50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said that countries are heading in the right direction in relation to the European Union's acknowledgement and written declaration that the transatlantic slave trade and slavery were morally wrong.
What is interesting here is that to have that even been acknowledged in a document is a great leap forward. So I look at it as the glass being half full instead of being half empty. We have at least gotten to the point where we see an apology for slavery. As you know, my position on that, I have not hidden my position. I have not hidden my position with respect to where I feel about that. If you read Walter Rodney, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, who had done an excellent job in exposing how the exploitation of Africa led to its underdevelopment and by extension affected the states of the Caribbean, which were slave states and so forth. And so that is there. Nobody can deny that.
The declaration was made during the recently concluded EU CELAC summit in Brussels, Belgium, from 17th to 18th July 2023. The 10th point of the declaration of the EU CELAC Summit 2023 reads, quote, "We acknowledge and profoundly regret the untold suffering inflicted on millions of men, women, and children as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. We underline our full support to the related principles and elements contained in the Durban Declaration and Program of Action, including the acknowledgement that slavery and the slave trade, including the transatlantic slave trade, were appalling tragedies in the history of humanity, not only because of the abhorrent barbarism, but also in terms of their magnitude, organized nature, and especially their negation of the essence of the victims, and that slavery and the slave trade are a crime against humanity," end quote. CELAC referred to the CARICOM 10-point plan for reparatory justice. Activities for St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival officially began on Sunday as the pageant planning committee held individual interviews with this year's Miss St. Kitts and Nevis pageant applicants. During the interviews, the committee assessed the mental preparedness of the candidates and discussed various aspects of this year's competition. The applicants also had a chance to share information about their backgrounds, hobbies, and interests, while also explaining how they plan to utilize the pageant to enhance their platforms and professional lives. According to a press statement, these interviews play a crucial role in selecting the most deserving candidates for the upcoming pageant. Chairperson of the Pageant Planning Committee, Javon Liebert, expressed his satisfaction with the interviews. He said, quote, "The early start to the planning and preparations for the pageant will ensure that contestants are emotionally, physically, and mentally prepared," end quote. Miss St. Kitts and Nevis is open to female citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis between the ages of 18 and 26. Registration for the pageant closed on the 5th of July, and 6 contestants will be selected to compete in the pageant on the 28th of December. The reigning National Carnival Queen, Shafaya Gishard, is set to compete in the Miss JC's Queen pageant in Antigua on the 31st of July and in the Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant in Nevis on the 7th of August. The Ministry of Small Business and Entrepreneurship has planned a series of community business meetings from July to November 2023. These meetings form part of the ministry's strategy to foster the development of the sector. The intention is to engage potential and existing business persons in discussions regarding the successful establishment and/or continued operation of their business venture. The first in this series of interventions is scheduled for Thursday at the Newtown Community Center at 6 p.m. Presentations will be made by the personnel of the ministry, the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Inland Revenue Department, and the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security Board. These presentations will provide an overview of the technical assistance offered by the ministry, financing options of the Development Bank, and how to remain compliant with the Inland Revenue Department and the Social Security Board. Everyone is invited to attend. Coming up in regional news, Venezuela celebrates 240th anniversary of the birth of Simon Bolivar. The details when we come back.
I wonder if Auntie will be able to figure out this riddle. Let's see. Auntie, I have a riddle for you.
Let's hear it.
Where can you shop and get cash back in free groceries for a year?
Huh? Where can you shop and get cash back in free groceries for a year?
Come on, Auntie, you should know this.
I really can't think what the answer could be.
It's SL Housewords, duh.
How do you know this?
Because Mom shops there all the time.
Come here, you little nosy prince.
Riddle that cashback. It's that time of the year. Cashback season is here. Get cashback coupons for free groceries with every hire purchase at Hosford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Plus, a chance to win free groceries for a year.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL returns with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me? Olé!
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly! Celebrate some more!
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
50,000?
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. On Monday, Venezuela commemorated the 240th anniversary of the birth of the liberator Simon Bolivar, the Day of the Navy, and the 200th anniversary of the naval battle of Lake Maracaibo. More in this Teleso report.
As part of these patriotic dates in the country, the raisings of the national flag took place at the National Pantheon, located in the city of Caracas. During his speech, the Minister of Interior Relations, Peace and Justice Admiral-in-Chief Regimio Cabellos Chaizo emphasized that being this the Victory Day, Venezuelans celebrate the birth of the liberator, the date of the Bolivarian Navy, and the 2000th anniversary of the Maracaibo Lake naval battle. Simultaneously, the authorities of Caracas performed the cantata for the Libertador, a musical offering from the Plaza Bolivar in Caracas to commemorate the 240th anniversary of the birth of Simón Bolívar. The mayor of Caracas praised Simón Bolívar and described him as an universal man who devoted himself to his ideals of sovereignty and independence of both Venezuela and Latin American countries.
Ghana is facing a concerning surge in dengue fever cases, with 317 cases recorded within a week. As the Ministry of Health noted, this increase is consistent with trends seen in other South American countries. The sudden rise in cases indicates a potential outbreak, and health authorities are working to contain the spread of the disease. Hesma.
Over the last week, Ghana has recorded some 317 cases of dengue fever, and according to Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, the notable increase in the number of cases is similar to the situation in neighboring South American countries. On Monday, advisor to the Minister of Health, Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, confirmed that since the latter part of 2022, dengue fever has been on an upward trajectory in Ghana. While there have not been any deaths as a result of the disease, he's adamant that the detection of the disease should not be a centralized process.
If you have a spread of dengue 1 versus dengue 2 versus dengue 3 versus dengue 4, it has implications. Some are more serious, some are more deadly. So we should be able to tell.
As it relates to the measures being taken to minimize the spread of the vector-borne disease, Dr. Ramsamy said the ministry has been carrying out fogging exercises.
We completed Georgetown in March, April. We are doing another round in July, August. We were doing it in Region 3, on the East Coast, on the East Bank. We are doing it in Region 6, Region 5.
Globally, from the year 2000 to present, dengue has increased by more than 1,000%, from 500,000 cases annually to now more than 5 million. Ramsamy believes that the region has failed in the context of international health regulations.
And if we have been seeing increases in dengue over the last 2 decades, why is it we don't have widespread capacity for seroprevalence study in this region?
Since the beginning of 2023, dengue outbreaks of significant magnitude have been recorded in the WHO region in the Americas, with close to 3 million suspected and confirmed cases of dengue reported so far this year, surpassing the 2.8 million cases of dengue registered for the entire year of 2022. Dengue fever is a painful, debilitating mosquito-borne disease caused by any one of 4 closely related dengue viruses. Symptoms include sudden high fever, severe headaches, severe joint and muscle pain, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, and skin rash. Renata Burnett, reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Coming up, Tunisian refugees stranded in desperate conditions. International news is next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Welcome back. Libyan border guards have rescued dozens of Africans from a desert region near the border with Tunisia. They are the latest refugees to say they were dumped there by authorities in Tunisia. They are appealing for help from the United Nations. Al Jazeera's Victoria Gatenby reports.
A Libyan guard on patrol near the border with Tunisia. He's discovered a stranded man with a 4-month-old baby.
Right here. See this baby? Can you imagine how difficult it is for a baby this young to survive under the hot sun? We need to document this, and hopefully international organization will do so too. For God's sake, this is so wrong.
Temperatures here reach 50 degrees Celsius, and the family has no water or food. Hundreds of migrants have been rounded up by Tunisian security forces in the city of Sfax in recent weeks. Some have been left here in the middle of the desert, they say, with no access to healthcare or any type of humanitarian support. Others are stranded in a narrow buffer zone between Tunisia and Libya. Conditions are dire. The migrants say they're desperate and are appealing to the United Nations for help.
We are begging on the UN to please come to our aid. We are suffering here brutally. Look at our skin have been infected with different infections, no treatment, no food. They have been maltreating us maliciously, which is very wrong. Maltreating our women, raping our women, destroying our phone.
Tunisia and the European Union recently announced a deal aimed at stopping migrant boats and shutting down people smuggling operations. Tunisian President Kais Saied has said migrants arriving there receive humane treatment.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
But Human Rights Watch has accused the Tunisian government of collective expulsion of black migrants. Many say they've been trapped here for more than 2 weeks, and they're frustrated more isn't being done to help them. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.
Billionaire Elon Musk renamed Twitter as X and unveiled a new logo marking a focus on building an everything app. The rebrand kicked off with the familiar Twitter lettering removed from the company's San Francisco building facade on Monday.
After 17 years under the Bluebird, Twitter signaled its rebrand to the name X by grounding its iconic logo. Workers took it off the company's San Francisco headquarters Monday in preparation for Elon Musk's renaming of the platform. Martin Grasser, one of the 3 designers behind the Bluebird logo, told Reuters he was sad to see it go.
It represents the best of the internet's adolescence. And I think that it recalls a time when a lot of people, I don't mean this to sound cynical, but believed more in the power of the internet.
The rebranding is part of Elon Musk's longer-term goal of shifting it toward an everything app in 3 to 5 years. Musk has said he envisions an app that could give users services beyond social media, like peer-to-peer payments. The idea mirrors WeChat, a wildly popular app in China, whose pay services can be used almost anywhere in that country. Hashtag Goodbye Twitter was trending on Twitter on Monday with reference to the old logo as well as criticism from users about the new one. Marketing and branding experts say the rebrand risks throwing away years of Twitter's name recognition.
I think losing the iconic Twitter logo and the birdie, users are not going to love that.
Wedbush Securities Managing Director Daniel Ives told Reuters the move was risky.
When you lose an iconic logo like that, rebrands are dangerous. And now, clearly, back against the wall for Twitter, and you're seeing that rebrand from start to finish. But I think knee-jerk, this probably detracts from the value that you use the iconic Twitter birdie.
In a recent investor presentation, Twitter revealed a business revamp to focus more on video and commerce, led by its new chief executive, Linda Yaccarino, who formerly worked at NBC Universal. After Musk acquired Twitter in October, the social media giant faced months of chaos. It laid off thousands of staff, faced criticism over lax content moderation, and an exodus of advertisers who did not want their ads appearing next to inappropriate content.
Up next in sports, Bronny James suffers cardiac arrest and ESPN commentator faints on live TV. Stay with us.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, Bronny James, the son of NBA star LeBron James, suffered a cardiac arrest during basketball practice at the University of Southern California and was hospitalized on Monday, according to a statement from a family spokesperson. Here's more.
LeBron James' son Bronny is in the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest yesterday during basketball practice at USC. A family spokesperson says Bronny is now in stable condition and out of the ICU. Bronny James is a highly touted prospect and is expected to play in the NBA after his college career. The spokesperson asked for privacy for the family and says LeBron James and his wife Savannah want to publicly thank the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work. This is a developing story, and we will bring you more updates as soon as we get them.
ESPN commentator Shaka Hislop fainted during a live broadcast at the Rose Bowl on Sunday. Hislop is now speaking out about his medical emergency on air. More in this report.
What have you saying? Shaq!
My response now has to be to seek out the best medical opinion that I can get and listen to what my doctors have to say.
A promising update after this ESPN analyst fainted on the air.
Well, that was awkward. What a 24 hours this has been. Listen, every so often life gives you a moment to pause, and this was mine.
I need some help.
It all went down on Sunday when Shaka Hislop, a former soccer goalie turned commentator, was on assignment at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, covering the AC Milan versus Real Madrid game.
He's not gone on the tour of Japan.
Shaka clearly struggles to stay balanced during the live broadcast, leaving his co-host Dan Thomas confused until he finally collapses.
What have you saying? Shaq! We need some help. We need medical. Medical.
I'd like to say thanks to Dan and the ESPN family, the camera operators, the medical staff at the Rose Bowl.
Soon after, Dan tweeted, "Shaka is conscious, the medics are looking after him." Then he shared positive news from the sidelines.
Half-time then here at the Rose Bowl. It's AC Milan 2, Real Madrid 0, but that of course very much secondary to what happened ahead of the game. Good news, he's conscious, he's talking. I think he's a little embarrassed about it all. He's apologised profusely. Not a man who likes people to make a fuss of him. Obviously far too early to make any sort of diagnosis, but the important thing is that Shaka's conscious, and we spoke to his family as well.
For now, there's no details on what caused Shaka's collapse, but we do know the day he fainted comes amid a Southern California heat wave, the temperature climbing well into the 90s.
As you imagine seeing that happen live, there can't be many more things that can scare you amongst a family, but fortunately we spoke to his wife and things are looking okay. Silly Shaka.
There's so much I have to be thankful for. My wife, kids, family. I'm looking forward to getting back, doing what I enjoy doing most. See you in a bit.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
It's okay to party. It's okay to drink. But it's never okay to drive after drinking at a party. Make it a night to remember, not a night to forget. Stay alive. Don't drink and drive. Make the right choice. St. Kitts and Nevis.
Ride services in trouble with the law, and police force evaluates practicality of gun amnesty program. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Barrage. Goodbye.